Hello everybody, welcome to Atlas Tabletop Gaming, where today I'm bringing you a video of basically me just sitting down and chatting about what I've been doing hobby-wise, and what the channel's been doing, and bits and pieces that come out in the Warhammer news over the weekend. In the background, I thought it'd be a little bit more interesting to have something going on, so I'm just playing a game I love called World of Warships, and about 5 minutes into the first video of it, I make a massive error in my Massachusetts, and you can all have a good laugh at my expense. So, what have I been up to hobby-wise? Well, last week I built the last of my Assault Intercessors for my Templar army. I got given the Indominus box set for my birthday last year, and I've basically just finished building up the Assault Intercessors that I have got for them. I got about 35, I think, in the end. I managed to pick some up elsewhere. Really think Assault Intercessors are great for Black Templars. Makes them a very, very competitive list when you put them in. What else have I been doing? So, I've started to paint the Taloses I have. For Christmas this year, my partner got me 2 Taloses and a Tantalus. And that's purely because this year I am really focusing on my Elder force, so Dark Elder and Craft Worlds. And I will pick up a Harlequin's army at some point this year as well, because I like them, I like the models. And I've just not had the opportunity to get any since they came out. But yeah, no, that's the plan this year. So I don't do New Year's resolutions or any of that bullshit. So I decided this year what I'm going to do is I really want to focus rebuilding my Elder armies. I've got a lot of the old metal figures for Craft Worlds, or the old Wraith Guards. I've got about 30 old Wraith Guard, Wraith Lords, and War Walkers. I really like the old metal ones. They're not as good as the new ones. They don't look as great, but I like the aesthetic feel to them, and it takes me back to my childhood, because Elder was the first army I ever collected. So yeah, I started painting one of them. All I really did is put some flesh tones on the underside, give it a bit of a wash, and this week I will try to dry brush it. And what I'm trying to do this with painting, I've got such a huge backlog of armies to be painted. So what I decided to do, I've got like a little box, and in that box at the start of the week I will put every model in there that I want to paint for that week. And the plan is to paint that model, take it out of the box, and it's done, obviously. And then at the next start of the week, I can then put some more models in that I want to paint. But if I don't finish what's in there, I can't add to it. So I really got to push myself and get that stuff that's in the box painted, and then I can add more stuff into the box and then paint that as well. Just a little bit of way to self-motivate and keep myself focused on it. I have actually going on to my Death Guard, because I haven't got many models left to paint in my Death Guard. So I finished off a Plague Burst Crawler. All I had to really do was paint the guns on it. But I've been so lazy that I didn't do it. So I painted those, highlighted, washed, and it's basically there's one done now. And yesterday I got the new Death Guard Codex as well, which goes quite nicely to talking about it. So yeah, I think it's a really strong codex. There's some really cool stratagems in there. And I know Death Guard players, we have suffered during 8th edition over rules, stratagems, points cost, and some bits and pieces as well. But this new codex has got some really cool things. Mortarion is obviously a beast in it and an absolute unit. And I think there's a lot of focus. I was reading some of the Facebook forums the other day, and the amount of SOT that is out there at the moment, guys, you would not, well, you probably seen it as well. And I sit there and I read it and I think, wow, guys, just relax. It's one model. He was not great in 8th edition, but he was overpointed for what he was. Now he's exactly the right amount of points for what he brings to the tabletop. He's 490 points, which was a ridiculous amount of points for what I always thought was a subpar rule set. Now in the new codex, the 9th, if I would play a 2,000 point list, I will squeeze Mortarion in. I will start with him and then build an army around him, because at 2,000 points you want to be bringing him, because you want to bring some of your big toys when you play those bigger games. And, but the only issue you'll probably find now is that when you are, say you go down to your shop and you pick up a game against a Death Guard player, he's a bit of a neckbeard and he likes to be a bit beardy with his rules. He will go, 1,000 points, no sweat. What I'll do is I'll bring 510 points of Death Guard, and I will bring Mortarion. Yeah, cheers to the game, mate. Great, I'm going to enjoy this. And you haven't planned to be facing a Lord of War. Um, so yeah, you will get people that do that, and unfortunately, that's just part of this hobby. You do unfortunately have people that will go, oh, I'm going to bring the biggest and toughest unit and maximize a small game as much as I can. So yeah, you got to face it. What do you do about it in a 1,000 point game? I suppose just play the mission as best as you can and try and rack up points and win that way, and maybe ignore him a little bit and kill everything else around him. Yeah, good times. But yeah, I think at 2,000 point it's acceptable to bring him. 1,500, maybe there's an argument to bring Mortarion. But if you're playing a 1,000 point game, guys, you don't want to bring Mortarion. That's just being a dick. And that's a dick move. That's a camper move, guys. You don't do that. Bad guys. So yeah, but looking through the codex, I like the contagions. I like the new terrain bit as well. What I might do this week is I might record a video of a 1,500 point list that I would take to Gloucester Tabletop Gaming Community on a Tuesday night and share that with you, share my thoughts around the codex. I won't go into too much depth now because you'll get bored. And yeah, I'll do a little video on that and bring it out at some point this week, maybe Wednesday, maybe Friday. I don't know. Keep your eyes posted. And again, what I do want to say is there's been a lot of positive response to my channel over the last 3 weeks, which is great. And if you are listening to this and you haven't subscribed, you know what to fucking do. Press that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. I think how YouTube works, if you subscribe, when a channel that you subscribe to, when it posts a new video, you get an alert straight away and you can just click on it and watch the awesomeness that comes from Atlas Tabletop Gaming. Hooray! Selfless plug there, guys. I hope you liked it. So, channel-wise, let's talk about the channel. So, over the last 3 weeks, I've done about 9 videos, and most of them I've got lots of views, which is great, which means people out there are enjoying it, and I must thank you all for watching them. This week, or last week, I should say, I did a podcast with my mate Neil and Dale about competitive Elder armies. And basically, the premise of the sort of podcast was you get to pick 2,000 points of Eldari and go real competitive and beardy on it. And what we did in the podcast is we broke down the lists from crowdfund attributes to faction to HQ troops, fast attack elites, all that sort of good stuff, and explained why we chose it and how we think it would play out on a board or in a game. It was really good. It's a bit of a long one, but if you've got the time, please listen to it while you're painting on stuff like that. And the reason why I'm plugging it here is because I actually think it's one of the best things that we've done so far on the channel, and we will be bringing more. So me, Dale, and Neil are thinking about what we're doing in the next one, and we're going to do them every 2 weeks. Just because we're all three quite busy people, and that gives us the opportunity and the time to really focus and give you quality content. So yeah, no, please, if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch or listen to it. It's really good. So what do I plan to do with the channel? How I'm going to keep it going? I'm going to keep bringing out the list videos of armies. So like I do a 1,500 point list review. And explain how I use the units in a game and all that sort of good stuff. What my thinking process is over planning for that game. I think it's always interesting to get how people plan around a game. Also, I'm going to continue doing the one man and his model series because I really get passionate about certain units, and I want to capture that passion on video and share it with you guys. And that's the whole point of this sort of channel, is sharing my hobby with everyone. And by the looks of it, people are enjoying it, which is really good. So that's the plan. I'm also going to do a intro into X-Wing. I did a video of that last week. Not many people watch it because I think X-Wing people like their 40k, and some people don't go out of that bubble. They'd like to stay in that, which is really cool. That's up to you. That's your choice. But X-Wing's really cool as well. And I've only recently started playing it. And I'd recommend it to everyone because it's a quick, easy game to pick up. So what I want to do is an unboxing of the starter set that you get. It's really cheap. I think it's like £35 retail. And just go through what you get for 35 quid, because you get an absolute shit ton with 35 quid's worth of stuff. And also what I want to do is I've got the new Citadel Army list building app that GW have done. and obviously Battlescribe, and what I want to do is a comparison video, which I think would be really, really cool. I've used Battlescribe for a long time, but I do like the new GW one. I won't go into too much detail now, but I think it's really good. But I also think Battlescribe beats it in certain areas, and obviously the GW one beats Battlescribe. I just want to do a compare video, and I think that people really, really like to see that. So, you know, Games Workshop, I tell you what, they really get you on that hype train, don't they? So for the last couple of weeks, they've been building up the Saturday reveal, the 23rd. Don't miss it. Unmissable stuff coming out. Here we go. Big stuff. Big ting stuff. And what do we get? We don't get a Vect model. So what do we get? We got a Sisters of Battle Palatine model. Look at the Paragon Warsuit. I believe I'm just looking at the community website now. It's a nice looking model, but did Sisters of Battle need a sister inside of a big warsuit? I'm pretty sure the Elder range needs a lot more work than the Sisters of Battle range, just saying. So, yeah, it looks like a really good model. The shoulder pads remind me very much of the Warglaive shoulder pads. And when I first saw it, I thought, oh Christ, here we go, they're doing a Grey Knights on us with the Dread Knights. But yeah, no, they look, it looks like a really, really good model. The rules will be really OP, so people go out and buy it. And obviously there's probably a new Sisters of Battle Codex coming in our near future to include this model alongside that. What else do we get? We didn't get a lot, really. Obviously, we got the new Kill Teams box set, which actually, you know, depending on the value of it or how much that's going to cost, that's a really good looking box set. So you get some heavy intercessors, a new Necron, Chronomancer, a Space Marine Captain, some flayed ones. But you get some really cool looking Necron terrain, some Kill Team objective cards, and a double-sided game board, which looks really, really cool as well. Does it say what size game board it is? No, but that's okay. That's cool. I think, you know, if it's a good value box, I think third-party suppliers, you get that on a little bit of a 20% discount. That'd be really, really cool. And probably worth the shout to grab it, really. And, you know, I run a gaming club alongside a guy called Phil and Dell. And we started a gaming club with just Kill Teams. One big 6x4 map and about 8 of us playing Kill Teams. Week in, week out, just to build up the club. 2 years later, obviously with COVID in the way, club is running a lot stronger than that, and those 8 people still come down the club, which is really, really cool. But yeah, that's quite cool. We've got a new Adeptus Titanicus model, which looks like a big old Titan with guns in its knees, because, you know, that's where guns should be. It's a cool model. I've never played Adeptus Titanicus, but they look cool. The models always look cool, because who doesn't like a good Titan? What else happened? Some Age of Sigmar. I haven't got a lot of Age of Sigmar. I do have a Lumineth army though. So that Archmage sort of model there looks really, really cool. They're cool models. This new elf stuff for Age of Sigmar, I do like that. That's quite nice. But yeah, other than that, that was really it. Oh, what I will mention is the new Vampire Warband. Those models look absolutely sick, especially if you're a Dark Elder player. You'll be looking at those thinking, how can I convert them to be my HQ choices for my Dark Elder army? They just look really, really cool, and I think they would suit it quite nicely. Yeah, so that was what... Oh, I did see that... guy, the Gravekeeper, I think is for Warhammer Quest. I looked at him and thought that would be a really, really, really awesome homunculi model for Dark Elder as well. Running around that, don't know what size it is, so I'll wait until it comes out. But maybe there's a conversion there for a homunculi model with a load of grotesques by it, or racks next to it. That looks quite cool. I like that. I really, really like that. And then tonight, GDX was a Sunday when I'm recording this, Games Workshop have released the Sunday night review, which is really cool. So if you're a Dark Angels player, you're going to be absolutely frothing at the lips right now, because that looks quite cool. So you're getting a new supplement, you know, so Chaos needed a new supplement, so here it is. And then the Combat Patrol. I didn't really like the Death Guard one. yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that. But this one actually comes with your standard sort of intercessors with a Redemptor Dreadnought, a Primaris Chaplain, and some Inceptors. It's, if it's 85 quid, and then obviously at a third party retailer, you're going to get 20% off that depending on where you go. That's actually not bad value for 65, 68 quid. And probably if you're looking at getting into Dark Angels, that's probably a good place to start. Yeah, and then obviously they've announced the Storm Speeder. I actually look at these and think I really want them for my Black Templars. I've got about 6 or 7 Land Speeders for my Templar army. I really like the fact that they can move and shoot now in this edition, and I think the Storm Speeder will do that. So I like the model as well. I know it looks like a floating brick with guns on it. Hey, look, I like a floating brick with guns on it. So yeah, they look really, really cool. I like them. And obviously now they're releasing the Blade Guard Veterans as a box set, so it won't be easy build. And same with the Eradicators. They've released them, or they're going to be releasing those, so you can as a multi-build kit. So it won't be the mono positions. You can probably do where you see fit with it. And obviously they've shown this new Psychomancer for Necrons. So Necron's still getting some really, really cool models. So I was just having a sip of my alcoholic beverage for the evening, which is a whiskey. And they've announced some Underhive stuff as well. I've never played Underworlds, so I won't go too much detail in that. So yeah, some really cool things come out of GW. I mean, I think we as a community feel entitled that when they do these big reveals, for there to be something absolutely humongous. Like we had the Silent King one, we had the Void Dragon one, and we were all thinking, oh fuck yeah, here we go, it's going to be Vect, it's going to be a new Primarch, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, it's going to be mental, I can't wait. And then we get a System of Battle and a System of Battle Warsuit. And some other little fiddly bit models. So, they like to raise us up, and then when they got us there, they're like, oh, wait for it, we've drop it, and they drop us, and they make us go, oh, was that it? But that's just GW, and that's what, at least nowadays, they actually show us what they're doing in the future, rather than having potato cam, as they're calling it, reveal it. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing behind the scenes in the sort of channel, is building up some bits and bobs. Planning sort of new videos and new content for you guys, so it's always going to be fun and interesting and a little bit different, like this one tonight, or today I should say, having just World of Warships playing in the background. I did recently pick up Battlefront 2 from Epic Games, and me and the sort of guys I play computer games with have been hitting that quite hard recently. It's a lot of fun. And it was free on Epic Games, so I'll take a game for free. If you hear growling or heavy breathing in the background, that's my 2 dogs. They just come back in from their nightly walk, and they seem out of breath, which is really good, so they might sleep tonight. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I do really need to paint the Tantalus. I'm scared to, because I want to do it a decent job. All I need to really do is undercoat it and sort of pull my finger out my ass and get it painted, which I will do at some point. This week on the channel, expect to see a Death Guard. I mentioned it earlier, Death Guard army list review from the new Codex. But it won't be like what you'd see, because there's, when GW do their pre-orders, every big YouTube channel will have a Death Guard Codex review, in-depth stat line, all that. I'm not going to do that. I could do that, but I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'll bring you a 1500 point list from the new Codex, and how I'm going to play it when I play it, how I'm going to use the new contagions and all that sort of good stuff, and how I feel that the army should work for me. Because what tends to happen is people take other people's word as gospel, rightly or wrongly, and then they transport that onto the battlefield, and you just play cookie cutter lists. I like to keep it interesting with my army lists, as I say, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you really, really cool, interesting content like that. Yeah, so see that, and hopefully I'll get the Taloses painted up, and I can bring that to you as well in a sort of tactical video, because I really, really like Taloses. I think they're really good for Covens, and how and what and the way I do that. So if you haven't already liked or subscribed to the channel, please do so. Subscribing is really cool, because I believe the way YouTube works, once you subscribe to the channel, you will get like a, when I post a new video, you get like a sort of like a notification. Atlas Tabletop Gaming has done another video, and I hope to bring out 3 videos a week. Small ones if I can. Sometimes they might be a little bit longer, so if, hopefully in the future I'll be able to do battle reports as well. But that will be subject to the government releasing us from lockdown and getting people around to play games, which, let's be honest, if you're playing in the hobby and you're in England at the moment and you're not breaking lockdown rules, which you shouldn't be, you got Tabletop Simulator. One of my friends is playing. He's got a overhead camera mount, so he's playing on Skype with video. He's rolling his dice, his mate's moving the models and rolling his dice, and they're playing like that, which is really cool. So people are being innovative with how they're playing, and obviously you've got Tabletop Simulator as well, which I've tried to play, I just can't get on with it. And I know a lot of people out there are probably missing the hobby, playing and rolling the dice, so hopefully this will give you a little bit of stress relief and you can listen to my great voice. What did somebody say the other day? If the Wurzels did a YouTube 40k channel, they would be you, Karl, which is fantastic. I'll take that. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for listening. And I will bring you some more videos out this week. And I hope you enjoyed me playing World of Warships badly. I recorded them and I thought, Christ, why is it when I record a game I do absolutely shit? But when I'm not recording them, I have amazing games. Go figure. Fields of Energy, guys. Fields of Energy. Guys, stay positive. I will give you some more videos this week as well. And stay safe and have fun. Talk to you later.